Hello everybody, welcome to Indigo Tarot Odyssey. How is everybody? So what I'm going to do is pull some tarot along with these oracle cards because I think they're a wonderful way to take a look at some real subject matters that might be coming up for all of us. Behind the folding screen, beyond limits, and frozen hearts. We're going to start with behind the folding screen because I feel like what's going to be taking place is you're going to come to a much better conclusion of what's been rattling around in your mind. Maybe worst case scenario things. You're going to be using your beautiful rich intuition to help you really see. This is crazy because these two cards have been coming up in personal readings like gangbusters. So this is a reminder that we're all beautiful illuminated souls, and when we do honestly feel like we have entities and guides and spirits protecting us and leading us safely, we are going to make it across that canyon. We're going to make it across that blockage. We're going to make it across that thing that is sometimes hard to grasp, because that folding screen to me represents the matrix mentality and being on that carousel and doing the same things in comfort zones and let's knock down that screen, which sometimes creates this. It stops us from living our heart's desires because we have fear. But look how the Fool is blissful, face up into the sun, feeling warm, feeling love, feeling protected, knowing that if we think the worst of the world, of people, of circumstances, of possibilities, it will harden our heart. It will make us see a decrease in things, decrease in curiosity, decrease in imagination, decrease in creativity, where the Fool says, let's do this, let's go here, let's go beyond the limits. When people tell us we can do this, we'll be like, sure, plus 5 times that. Lots of times when manifestation coaches talk about things, they go, when you are putting that beautiful wish and hope and kind of stamp on something that you want out there to the universe, quadruple it, 10x it, like think bigger, because oftentimes we always think within the realm of possibilities only so much is possible, which is not true. Everything is possible when we put our mind to it. I love that that story of, it'll come to me in a second. Whenever I try to think of an actor, I go totally blank. Oh yeah, Jim Carrey talking about how, he went out to Hollywood. He only had a couple dollars living in his car, and he wrote that check for himself for $10 million because he knew, I'm going to make it, and this is going to be my paycheck when I really get my stamp out there on the world. And that's what he received as a paycheck for Mask. And I love that. I love knowing that regardless our age, regardless our gender, regardless our area of the world we live in, when we know that every beautiful sparkling moment has the potential for great opportunity, because we're going to look for it. We're going to look for those synchronicities. We're going to look for that magic. We're going to look for all those glimmers. Glimmers are the opposite of triggers. Glimmers are the hope and the spark because I honestly know there are days when I decide, nothing new on God's green earth. And I just decide, for whatever reason, or my ego decides that, there's nothing so special or spectacular about anything. That's the opposite of what I usually think, which is pretty much everything is special and magic and has the potential for more knowledge, more wisdom, more excitement, more value, right? Like the crazy turkey's cracking me up today. Sitting on, we have this like divider, this 2x4, and it was just sitting there perched. It was so sweet. Excuse me, I need a quick sip of water. My allergies are kicking in. Anyway, I just stood by the window for like a good 5 minutes and just watched them. I love the way they move their heads. They run like velociraptors when they're excited, when they hear me at the back door. It's so crazy. Like just that, the little things, when we see the magic and the glimmers and the just awesomeness in the little everyday things, making somebody laugh, making somebody feel treasured and heard and understood. Then we go behind that folding screen, which is a lie. We're different. We're separate. No, we're the same. We all just want to feel connected. We want to feel heard. We want to feel like we're understood, or at least that somebody is listening and they care, right? So your intuition is really going to kick in and help you with this, and this is going to trump that. You're not going to freeze people out. You're not going to say no to things you really want to say yes to due to fear. I feel a lot of times when people have any kind of chakra block, especially a heart chakra, it's due to fear. It's due to trauma. It's due to trigger. It's due all the lower vibrational things. But the higher vibrational things, curiosity, love, excitement, generosity, all of those things, they remove this with that. And then we have this beautiful fool mentality of the magicians entwined in the fool's world, that when I make that wish out to the universe, it shows up for me. You know, it's like I have a healthy detachment. The timeline, all of that, that's up to the universe, and I'm just going to let it just beautifully flow to me. It's a gorgeous flow state coming for you where you're just like, I don't need to chase. I don't need to exhaust myself. I don't need to push. I'm just going to allow that beautiful flow state of allowance. That's when stuff shows up. That, honestly, that kettle we're watching is not going to boil. The second we turn our way to water the flowers in our backyard, it's going to be on a full whistle. So again, we're not clock watching everything. We're just we're allowing time to do what it does. And we're letting things with this really kind of accrue those gorgeous intuition points. So we're more and more certain, you know, wow, there are synchronicities all the time. There are things lined up for me to follow. I am in tune with my highest self, so I can read all of these, you know, these beautiful signs. All the time it happens to me in my car when I look at license plates. As soon as somebody sets me off because they do something ridiculous or dangerous, I will see a funny license plate, bunch of numbers lined up in a row, my initials with something after it. Either it's my favorite number, whatever it is. The universe is really, it's there. It's rooting for all of us. It's trying to help us out. All we need to do is open our eyes and our ears to the truth. Step behind this, step into that, know this, behave like this, and open up that heart. Because sometimes we can also be talking to someone and we'll feel like they're impenetrable, like their attitude, their whatever. I'm not a super fan of people that act, you know, very like not impressed by anything because they want other people to impress them. You know, it's kind of like that Mean Girls thing of, oh, what have you got? Or what can you show me today? It's such a nasty kind of way to exist, right? And if you're ever around people like that, you have nothing to prove to anybody. That's when you do an about face and you pivot on your heel and you're like, where's the sun? Where's the warmth? Where's the love? Where's the flow state? Because you have nothing to prove, just the fact that you're here. And, you know, eyes open, heart open, mind open, you're going to see the evolution. You're going to feel those feelings. You're going to be able to face those invisible fears and just kick that screen over and be like, all right, the sunlight's here. I can see what's going on and there's nothing to be afraid of. So my beauties, that's what you're meant to hear today. I hope you all have a great day. Love and light.